Subscribe to my channel and hit the bell icon so you never miss any video from my channel.
Yo! Welcome to LCameraTV. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share some show cool things like Facebook and Reddit and Instagram and wherever else. And guys, y'all know I was on the road for a few days. I'm back home. I'm back to the home base. It feels good to be back. While I was coming back, obviously some things happened. We had another special guest. This time on the defensive side, stopped by the Panthers stadium. So you know, check out the Panthers. And also, the new owner of the Panthers has already been making moves. As soon as he got, made the owner, he jumped on a plane, man. So definitely gotta get into that, get into what he talked about, and have a conversation about all these things, man. So let's get started. One of the great Panthers players that got traded, well, he definitely was a great Panthers player, stopped by the stadium, and that is Jon Beason. Now, for you younger Panther fans, Jon Beason was a beast. I understand why his name is Beason. He was definitely a beast. You know what I'm saying? He was basically Luke Kuechly before Luke Kuechly. Actually, they showed the stat. I think he had like 650 some tackles in his first 4 seasons. Luke Kuechly actually had 681. So that shows you the comparison. He was a beast, man. I was really hoping, obviously, when he got injured, because he did get injured, whatever, and that's kind of what prompted us to trade him. That I thought after the injury, I thought he would come back and still be a good player for us still, but he kept on getting injured, and that's what shortened his career. But I mean, it would have been a great situation to have Luke Kuechly, Jon Beason, and Thomas Davis. But if we did have Jon Beason, we'll have to move him to the outside, man, because Luke thrives in the middle. I'm not going to lie. Luke is better at, dissecting defenses than Jon Beason was. And he thrives in the middle, man. Like, and when Luke first started, Jon Beason was in the middle, Luke was on the outside. And that's part of the reason why he got traded, too. Because once Jon Beason got injured, Luke went to the middle, and they was like, this guy's a baller. He reads offensive plays like crazy. He's a great tackler. He was just a beast. So they was like, you know what, we're going to leave him here. And then Jon obviously was kind of pushed to the outside, and he kept on getting injured, so he got traded to the Giants. He ended his career after like 9 years. He retired, and this is the first time he came back. He came back, seen Thomas Davis, obviously Julius Peppers, all these great guys, whatever, that he had a relationship with. I'll be honest with you guys, I would rather have him as our, trained to be a linebacker coach than Chase Blackburn. I know Chase Blackburn's doing special teams, but I wouldn't mind him being a coach, man, because I think from what I've seen of him, what Jon Beason was when the first 4 years for the Panthers, he was dominant, man. He was a great linebacker. He had great vision. He was very good at picking the ball off, whatever. Not as good as Luke, but he was good for, his time. And he was a very good tackler, man. So I wouldn't be mad if he became, assistant linebacker coach or something like that, whatever, you know what I'm saying? Because I think he could teach our young linebackers a lot. I mean, Luke teaches them a lot too, but I feel like it'll be really good for Shaq and the other linebackers like David Mayo and some of them to get utilized by Jon Beason and Luke Kuechly, because I think that'll take our linebacker core to a whole nother level. And I'm really happy to see him back. And from what he says he has no hard feelings, and he really missed it, man. So I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he was able to come back. You know what I'm saying? I'm waiting for Steve Smith to do the same. I wouldn't mind Steve Smith, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, he's an analyst now, but I wouldn't mind Steve Smith being a receiver coach or assistant receiver coach, because, boy, he knew how to run some routes and catch some passes, man. I think he'll take Curtis. If Steve Smith wanted to, he could take Curtis Samuel to another level. He could, obviously DJ Moore, he's definitely going to take him to another level. But, he just would be a really good coach, in my opinion, as far as route running. And he can help a lot of players out with route running. Curtis Samuel's routes are not great. Devin Funch's routes are not great. You know what I'm saying? So I would definitely love Steve Smith and Jon Beason. And maybe Jordan Gross, well, even though he's an analyst for Panthers.com, I wouldn't mind him coming over there and be like, hey, teaching Matt Khalil some stuff, man. So I don't know. We have these great players in our organization that retired. Try to get them as coaches, man, and help out these other guys that's sucking it up. And in other news, as soon as David Tepper became the new owner of the Carolina Panthers, he had to hop on a plane, man, because a rule that went in place that would have a lot of controversy, and he knew it would. It came down the pike, so he jumped on the plane and he went to the Panthers facilities, And he talked to a lot of team captains and leaders and everything like that, whatever, because he wanted to talk to them about the new Anthem rule, which basically states that you can't kneel or your team will get fined and the player will get fined. You can either choose to stay in the locker room while the Anthem's playing, or if you come out, you have to stand at attention. Now, me personally, I understand why David Tepper did it, because obviously you don't want players to be upset, which I think they were upset. But for me, like, I don't think I've been in that big of a rush to do it for the Panthers, because from what I remember, last year, the Panthers didn't really do that. The only person who really did something was Julius Peppers. Everybody else was like, and Julius Peppers only stayed in the locker room, which they said is okay. So for me, from my standpoint, from my viewpoint, why are you rushing over there? They seem all pretty compliant, you know what I'm saying? So even though I personally feel like, this rule is crazy, and I'll get more into that a little bit later. Your team just seems more compliant. They, the Panthers, and especially because Ron Rivera has that military background, so that whatever. I don't think the Panthers will ever have tried something. Obviously, you don't know, because all these, everybody's their own person. These are all players. They all have their own mindsets and different views. But because Ron Rivera has that strong military background, and because their organization, everybody loves Ron Rivera, and the organization in itself just didn't seem like they were too preoccupied with that. I don't see why David Tepper rushed over there. Now, mind you, if you still talking about the Steelers, if you still the Steelers, partial owner, then I'll understand. But for the Panthers, I don't think it'll be an issue. Like I said, the only person I think will stay back is like Julius Peppers, because that's what he did last year. But for the most part, man, they're pretty compliant, and so I wouldn't be surprised if all of them are out there standing, whatever, because I don't see, they would never if it was the Eagles or it was the 49ers or whatever, some of these other teams that really like all did it, then I would understand. But come on, the Panthers, they were like one of the most minute teams that did anything. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, one player stayed in the back and stayed in the locker room, but the rest of the players went out there and did what they're supposed to do, whatever what the league says them to do. So if I was David Tepper, I would have took my sweet time. I would stay in Atlanta. I would have celebrated, and I wouldn't have worried about it, because I know I would have known that the Panthers, from what I seen last year, don't seem like the type to do anything about the flag and the rule and the national anthem rule or whatever. It seems like the boys are gonna just take it and keep it rolling, man. Collect their check and do what they believe they're supposed to do. So, but for you guys, I'm pretty sure you all think you want to know what I think about the anthem rule. Now, mind you, I don't know. I'm just assuming you guys want to know because you check out my channel, you watch my videos. That's why I'm doing this. But how I feel about the anthem rule is that it makes no sense. I've heard a few ideas. I've heard that, it's affecting the owner's bottom line because people are stopped watching it. Well, if you do the research, the NFL's ratings have been declining. One, because of CTE, and how people are like, they realize that it's a very dangerous game, and also they've had a lot of bad publicity recently, which is domestic violence, murder, a bunch of stuff been going on, all types of craziness. So to say that the protesters was dampening the ratings, I feel like they used that as a scapegoat. Secondly, the staying in the locker room thing, like my whole thing is, man, the owners just didn't want it to happen. They wanted to get rid of it somehow. So they keep on saying that it's disrespecting the flag and disrespecting the anthem. But from my recollection, now mind you, I might be wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm not wrong. But from my recollection, they also say it's disrespecting the flag if you like advertise the flag and put it on memorabilia and all that stuff like that. And from what I know, the NFL does that a lot. You know what I'm saying? They put it on jerseys. I seen a Dak Prescott jersey where it was like the American flag on the floor, and his last name was like the American flag and all this stuff. So I'm pretty sure they're disrespecting the flag too. But that's nor here nor there. But the only reason why I feel like the NFL is allowed to do this is because the NFLPA just allows it, man. At some point you gotta take a stand, and I seen a lot of outrage. I've seen a lot of outrage on Twitter, and everything like that. But a lot of people seem like they're upset. Players, fans, all types of people seem like they're pretty upset, right? But my thing is this: if the NFL players want any kind of change to affect any kind of change, they need to be more like the NBA. Now the NBA players, they're about that action, man. NFL players are not about the action, from what I can tell, because the NBA players, they will hold out. They have held out before, and they've lost money about how they felt, and things change. So that's why they have leeway to do a lot of things that the NFL does not. Whereas the NFL, these guys can be outraged, upset, and they'll come right back to work. You know what I'm saying? And that's the sad thing about it, is that, you know, if you really are outraged, you gotta sacrifice something. Everybody has, like, when you support something or stand for something, something must be sacrificed. You don't leave unscathed. That's just not how things work. So NFL players, if you do, and I'm not saying you should do it. I'm just saying if this is how you truly felt, because from what I've seen, people are outraged online, and I don't subscribe to the online outrage. If you're outraged, do something about it. Act upon it. You know what I'm saying? Do something about it. Don't just be outraged online, talk about it for a week and forget about it. So NFL players, if any of you guys watch my video, which probably not, but if any of you guys, on the off chance that, you know, a practice squad Britton Burson checks out LCameraTV's Panther video once every 6 years or whatever, I want you to know that if you guys want to be respected by the owners, you got to start taking a stand. Whether that's striking, whether that's protesting. And I like what the Jets owner said. You know, he said, you know, for all his players that Neil, whatever, he's gonna, well, Jet co-owner, he said he's gonna pay all their fines. Hopefully he goes through with it. Like, now, mind you, a lot of these guys are allowed to talk. Even though 49ers owner abstained from his vote for that situation. So a lot of these guys are allowed to talk, man, but we'll see what happens. But that's my take on the NFL new anthem rule. I don't really care for it. I don't like the rule, but it is what it is. The NFL's gonna do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? And people are gonna be upset now, but then they're gonna forget about it in 2 weeks. So, well, that's it for me, guys. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share all cool things like Facebook, Reddit, and Instagram, and wherever else. And get in the comment section, man. Let me know what you think about the new anthem rule. Alright, let me know what you think about David Tepper rushing to the Panthers Stadium to talk about the new anthem rule, which I feel like was pointless because I don't think they're going to do anything. And thirdly, how y'all feel about Jon Beason coming back, man? I'm excited. I like Jon Beason, man. I was a Jon Beason fan, man. I liked him, you know what I'm saying? I just liked him. I really liked him. I ain't gonna lie. I liked it when he was on the Panthers. It kind of hurt me when he got traded, but I understood why, because obviously he was injury prone. So get in the comment section, man. Let me know how you feel about those things, man, because I really want to hear y'all opinion. I love interacting with you guys. I love hearing y'all opinion, whatever, because you guys have different viewpoints, man, and it interests me. So get in the comment section. Let me know how you feel about that. Check out the merchandise, LCameraTV shirts, mugs, hats, whatever, you know, book bags, whatever. That description is in the link below. Let me rephrase that. That link is in the description below. All right. Check out the Patreon page. You know, that link is in the description below. Also, check out my dog Renan Steam's videos. Funny guy, cool dude. You know what I'm saying? Thinking about starting a page with him. We'll see how that goes, whatever. But check out his videos. Cool dude, funny. You know it's gonna be in the end screen. Check it out. And share with your Panther family, friends, anybody that's rocking Panther Nation, any NFL fan in general, share with them. I'm back, you know what I'm saying? Back to the home base. I'm here with y'all. And I will see y'all next time, alright?